Currently, only Malaysia has reported the emergence of the Delta Plus variant in Southeast Asia. And how is Malaysia managing the COVID at the moment, at this time? Well, joining us on Asia Prime, our contributor from Kuala Lumpur, Nadia Mohsen. Nadia, good to have you again. Oh,
yes,
Nadia,
thank you for having me.
what is the reaction from the Malaysian government? What are the measures taken so far, anticipating the latest variant of COVID-19 in Malaysia?
Well, for start, the Ministry of Health has confirmed the case on November 6th. And despite the worrying and concern arise, the government, however, gave assurance that they will monitor the situation and will be closely handling the new variant to ensure it will not be spreading among the community. Well, Health Ministry also optimistic with the effectiveness of the vaccine currently used in Malaysia, and measures such as quarantining and testing, mass testing, which they believe can reduce the risk of transmission of this subvariant in Malaysia. And of course, the new development is quite alarming to the Malaysian people, as we are now moving to a phase where restriction has been eased, by phase for the past month. Well, any mistakes that can contribute to the increase the number of cases that leads to the next wave will certainly worry most Malaysian. But as far as today, there is still no cases reported on whether the subvariant has been spreading among the community. Well, let's just hope, it is what it is.
So I just want to reconfirm that so far no new measures are implemented by the Malaysian government. Is that true?
So far, they're just, focusing on what has they already implemented, the mass testing and the quarantining. But at the moment, they are still stick to 7 days quarantine for, travelers who want to enter Malaysia. And so far, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And how is the public reacting to the new COVID variant? What is the vibe going on?
Like I said, there's always a mixed reaction. And every time we heard about, the new Delta variant is always, receive a quite alarming, reaction from the Malaysian people. As I mentioned just now, that we are now moving to a phase where restriction has been eased. So it's quite worrying seeing how laid back the government is. And just most of us are pretty much concerned if another wave will, hit us and the number will surge.
All right, then. Well, daily cases of COVID-19 in Malaysia during this week average over 4,000 cases. What is your perspective on this?
Well, actually, the average cases of 4,000 cases daily are one of the lowest has been recorded since we last spoke. Well, the case has been consistently declined for the past few weeks. However, it has climbed up to more than 6,000 cases today for the third consecutive days. It has been spiked, and today has recorded more than 6,200, more than 1,000 cases compared to yesterday. We are expecting this as we are already eased the restriction by phase since last month. Well, economic sectors has been open, interstate travel has been allowed, and tourism industry are in full gear to welcoming international guests soon, as Malaysia already opened up the domestic tourism sector. Well, this is, the consideration due to the vaccination rate at the moment. And but people are still concerned, and especially now with the ongoing Malacca state election campaign. There are state election campaigns that are ongoing, which set on November 20. The number of cases will spike despite the government stern warning and restriction on political party not to help mass gathering for the election campaign. Well, again, I just hope that the measure works, because we don't want to suffer one more time when we held the Sabah state election last year, which then triggered the second wave of COVID-19 in the country.
All right. Tell us more about what's going on in the school. I mean, are they now, more restricted, or it's more relaxed when it comes to home-based learning or school-based learning?
Well, okay, the reopening of school is being implemented in stages from early this month, no, from October 3rd, starting with candidates of major exam, and is based on the state's COVID-19 situation, state by state, under the fourth phase national recovery plan. Well, for state in phase 4, which is nearly a full reopening, primary school students aged 7 to 9 are projected to attend school on a rotational basis from October 17, while those aged 10 to 12 will return from October 31st. Well, under this system, the rotational system, only 50% of students in the school can physically attend classes at a time, and while the rest will have to attend it via online. And last month, the Health Minister, Tari Jamaluddin, said that Malaysia now is in talk with a vaccine maker to procure vaccine for children aged below 12 years old. But up until now, no update have been given so far. And the school have been start reopening phase by phase. And of course, parents are also raising their concern because most of the children are not fully vaccinated yet.
All right. Nadia, I would like to move on to travel restrictions. Well, the Malaysian government and the Indonesian government agreed on a travel bubble. And also, I understand that Malaysia also made an agreement with Singapore and with Australia. Please tell us more about that.
Well, I think at the moment, the one thing that we can confirm that the issue, the traveling issue and border reopening has been discussed among this country, like you stated just now, and as the latest one is Indonesia, following the Malaysian Prime Minister official visit that did start yesterday. And I would say that if things are consistently under control for the next few weeks, perhaps we will see more development on it, and surely it will be opened up by phase. But with this new Delta variant, I think they will play by ears. For example, the restriction has been slowly eased since last month, where Malaysians were allowed to travel overseas without having to apply for the special travel pass. And the government also announced, as I mentioned before, the opening of tourism spot to the international traveler without quarantine. So then also another announcement with the social pass visa, including the spouse to Malaysian can enter the country without having to apply for the special travel pass. We'll see this week by week, they are announcing it in phase. So yeah, we are expecting for more development in the weeks to come. All of this, again, of course, depending on the current situation of COVID-19, and it is, to open up this border, hopefully with a strict SOP that comply to all.
All right. Okay, then we will get an update for you next time. But regarding the vaccination, I mean, you said that Malaysia is ramping up on its vaccination program. But when it comes to, say, speed, is it fast enough getting into Malaysians? And so far, are there many, I should say, are they receptive towards the vaccinations rollout?
You mean the Malaysian people?
Yes.
Okay.
The majority, I heard that they are receptive, but is there any other challenges regarding a group that are not really receptive towards the vaccine rollout? But first, on the speed.
Well, okay. Well, if we talk about the vaccination program, based from the vaccination rate that we have so far, Malaysia has the 10th highest rate of complete COVID-19 vaccination globally, with say some 77% of its total population fully inoculated. It's reported issues and policies related to healthcare in Malaysia and around the world say about 80% of Malaysia's total population have been vaccinated with at least one dose. I think, based from the number, I think we are good. But of course, there will be this group who are, rejecting the ideas of getting vaccinated, and we will see how it will be in the weeks to come.
Very well then. Nadia Mohsen, always a pleasure having you on the show. Looking forward to meet you face to face soon, inshallah. Thank you.
Yes, soon inshallah. I'm really can't wait. Looking forward to meet you too.
Okay, we'll have a durian date, okay?
Oh, please, yes.
Okay then, take care. Be safe.
All right, you too. Take care. Stay safe.